Hey guys, it's Steve Strangio coming here from the Long Island International Film Expo. Introducing you to all the filmmakers who are here. I'm going to have them also introduce themselves, so let's go for it now.
My name is Gregory Cioffi. I'm the director of The Concertgoer.
I'm Dennis Pahl, and I'm the producer of The Concertgoer, and I wrote the original story on which the screenplay written by Greg is based.
Fantastic. All right, tell us about the project. Let's get into it.
All right. Well, The Concertgoer is about a couple who goes to a concert but is sold out. But they're told that they can go to the garden upstairs where the music is piped in. And when they get there, the music is horrible, and there is a weird kind of esoteric man lying on a brick bench who is the concertgoer.
Now, is this a short or a feature?
This is a short film.
A short film, okay.
Yes.
And what drew you to this project, besides the fact that you were involved in the story?
Well, I wrote the story, and Greg's great ability to convert a short story into the small space of a film was probably 18 minutes long.
Yeah.
And my original inspiration for this story was an actual event where I went to the Frick Museum, and outside the Frick Museum, inside that museum, there's a little alcove with an atrium garden where I spotted a guy among all of the people who were the concert goers there, lying on a bench, inert, seemingly we weren't sure whether I was there with my wife.
Yeah.
And of course there's a wife and a husband in the film, and they spot this guy, and it's kind of mysterious why he's lying down in the middle of a concert while everyone is sitting attentive, listening, ready for a serious classical concert.
Right.
And we weren't sure if he was sleeping, dead, or if he was one of the great music lovers of all time.
Just really into music, maybe just focusing hard on the music.
Right.
Yeah,
But mainly he was kind of this mysterious figure, and we wanted to make a film revolving around this mysterious figure upon which the husband and wife were meditating and wondering about and kind of bothered about.
Yeah. And what is your take on that, what he just mentioned here?
Well, I read the original short story around 2014. I think that was when it was first published, and I just gravitated towards it. Kind of has this Twilight Zone-esque element to it, but it's also a comedy at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was just vibing with the whole mystery of it all, and I was like, this needs to be a film.
Now, there's two challenges I want to talk about. Taking a short story and turning it into a screenplay. What are the challenges there?
It's challenging, especially when you're working side by side with the original writer of the story. But we also wanted it to have its own dimensions and elements. We didn't want a 100% carbon copy, right? We wanted it to take it and run with it while always remaining faithful to the short story. So I think if you remain faithful at the story's core, I think you're in a good spot while giving yourself a little room to maneuver. As one medium is very different than another.
Now, the challenge for you is that this is based on an actual event that you've been through. What were you trying to say, with this? I mean, you went through the real thing, and you have to actually encapsulate what happened in real life versus the story version. So tell me more about that.
Again, it all focuses on this guy lying on a bench in the middle of a concert, but right outside the concert hall. And we are not sure exactly what he represents. So there's a kind of symbolic meaning to the character, whether he represents the death of God or he represents the spirit of music at its most transcendent. And I tried to get that across, and I think Greg, in translating it into film, did a spectacular job in manipulating the characters on his chessboard, moving them back and forth, especially in a last section, in a beautiful flashback, which interweaves what happens before and what happens after, as this husband is meditating on the character lying down in the garden.
And the rapport between the two of you during this project, how did that work out?
Were
there some challenges?
Yeah.
I guess there were some artistic conversations that you had.
This one, I feel like we're mostly on the
Bring it to
same
him.
page.
Yeah.
But what I enjoy, I always enjoy working with Dennis. This isn't our first collaboration, so we know each other.
Yeah.
And he's the type of producer that will really push you artistically, right? So many times the things you hear from producers aren't helpful artistically. They're very like practical logistical.
money.
Yeah,
He actually cares about the story.
But Dennis is an artist,
there you go.
right? And I consider myself an artist. So most of our discussions, or even back and forths, we're all within the realm of creativity.
Right.
So to me, at the end of the day, that's always fun. You're always going to get a win out of that.
Right. And tell us about your experiences here at Long Island International Film Expo. How's it been so far?
I think it's a wonderful venue for films. You have a very vital, enthusiastic audience.
Yeah.
You have wonderful hosts. You have the whole ambiance is very good. The back and forth with the questions and answers afterwards is very productive, and we learn a lot from each other, and we get a chance here to interact and have long conversations with other filmmakers.
Right. Yeah. That's a type of answer I would feel an artist would give. Yeah, that's awesome. You actually are understanding the whole idea of just being around like-minded people, exchanging ideas, perhaps leading to something else. Yeah. And how about your version of it?
Good. I feel the exact same way. I was lucky enough to be on the director's panel on Tuesday, and I had another film here on opening day called Transit, a New York City fairy tale. So I feel like I'm kind of here for the whole week. I'll be here on Sunday for the award show. Right. So I really feel immersed, right, in the whole festival, and it's a really welcoming community and group of people. So I always look forward to being here.
All right. Once again, your names and the name of your project.
Cool. Gregory Cioffi, The Concertgoer.
Dennis Pahl, producer of The Concertgoer.
All right, and I'm Steve Strangio, Long Island International Film Expo. See you guys soon.